workout is also still on the lower body, but now we're going to get to everybody's favorite, the most common one, the most popular one, squats. Everybody talking about squats. Everybody trying to get that beautiful derriere. Everybody wants it to pop and really bang, you know? So that's what I'm going to help you with right now. We're going to work on your squats and we're going to work on your squat technique. So you have to pay perfect attention to what my feet are doing, how my legs are being. Hello everyone, welcome to the fitness segment of the morning edition. My name is Mayo, I'm the Minister of Fitness and your fitness is my business. This morning I'm going to be telling you about a workout called floor runs. Some of you might be familiar with it. I know it as mountain climbers, but over here in Boy Road Fitness Studios, we call them floor runs. So just take a look. So take a look at the floor runs. The positioning of your hands is super important. Make sure your hands line up to your chest and your shoulders, and then you start from this position where your knees are 90 degrees. I'm going to keep changing the position of the knees, extending one and contracting the other one. So this is how I'm working. Remember to keep your stomach super tight. The core isn't tight and you're not doing the work. Keep the hands in line with the chest, like I said, and work the knees into the chest while breathing. You can choose to count this as 2 for 1, where both knees have to go in before you count as 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. With this workout, there's 2 ways you can do it. You can either work with repetition, so you can tell yourself you're going to do 100, doing 2 for 1, so 2 times counts as 1. Or you can work with time. So you can get yourself a timer app. You can set 30 seconds with a 10-second break and then 30 seconds again, or you can try to do a full minute.
Hello there, good morning and welcome to Sports Recap on Hughes TV. All through the weekend we saw a lot of action, especially the Nigeria Premier Football League are now resuming, no longer the Professional Football League, and of course we saw them kicking off action as Bendel Insurance walloped Aqua United. We have more stories as the show progresses. I am Ainan Luben.
And of course, it wasn't a good week for the top flight league players. Talking about Aston Villa as well as Chelsea as they lost in the FA Cup third round. I am Daniel Obasi.
Of course, our newly promoted Bendel Insurance made a bold statement on their return to the Nigeria Premier Football League with a stunning 2-0 win at Aqua United in the 2022-2023 season opener at the Nest of Champions in Uyo. After a cagey start to the game, Imade Osokaraho put the Benin Arsenal ahead in the 40th minute before Divine Wachuku doubled the lead 4 minutes later to give the visitors a 2-0 lead at half-time. The hosts further dictated the pace of the second 45 minutes in search of a way back into their game in front of their apprehensive fans, but Insurance held on to a record, a famous victory on their return to the top flight.
I think it's a good one coming up for the fact that, first of all, we see the league start. And just like they said, it's no longer the professional football, the Nigerian Professional Football League. It's still now the Nigerian Premier Football League. So I think for me yesterday, Bendel Insurance back to the squad. The last time they were at the 2008 and all of that. Now they are back. Now they are making a huge statement in the NPFL still, and which is a very good one. I want to see how other games pan out, but at the moment, I think it's a good start for Bendel Insurance, but I think Aqua United will bounce back in their next game.
All right, then, still talking football, Paul Onuachu marked his 100th Belgian Pro League appearance with a fine strike as he launched onto Joseph Panstiel's cross to send the first-time effort past Simon Mignolet in the Broha goal. It was the Forwards' 14th goal in 15 games this season and has notched up 71 goals in 100 games with 6 assists since they arrived at the club 3 years ago from Denmark. Meanwhile, Napoli on Sunday night beat 18th place Sampdoria 2-0 in their Serie A clash at Luigi Ferrari Stadium in Italy. Elsewhere, Super Eagles Victor Osimhen netted the first goal for table-topping Napoli in the 19th minute, and a penalty by Elmas doubled the scoreline in the 82nd minute.
What more can we say? They are making us proud on the European scene, our European stage, which is one of the biggest across our board. And then for Paul Orachu, he continues with a very good form. 71 goals in 3 years for Genk shows how much prolific he has always been. And then knowing fully well that this man has scored at least 15 goals for them already this season in 18 games is also tremendous for me. For Paul Orachu, marvelous. The only thing I always ask is how does he not play for the Super Eagles? How is he not a part of the first 11? And then talking about Napoli striker, talking about Victor Osimhen, you would also agree to the fact that Victor Osimhen is the best striker in the Italian Serie A at the moment. He is the highest goal scorer, and Napoli are 44 points on top of the table. What more can they ask for? A lot of our suitors are asking for a signature. I just hope he can be able to stay with them to the end of the season, and then next season he goes off to a bigger club.
All right, then Everton midfielder now talking actions in the English Premier League. Alex Iwobi is expected to return to action against Arsenal February 3rd after being ruled out for damaging his ankle ligaments during Friday's 3-1 defeat to Manchester United in their FA Cup third-round clash. Yes, the 26-year-old former Arsenal player damaged his ankle ligament following a challenge by Tyrell Malacia in the 47th minute. After undergoing a scan on Sunday, it was revealed that the Nigerian would not spend a prolonged period on the sidelines receiving treatment.
A sad one for Frank Lampard, especially, like I said, like I would rather say, is the fact that this man has played all 18 games for Everton this season, all through. And then everyone will be like, okay, they are still in the relegation zone, true, but Iwobi has been pivotal. I think from the end of last season, they escaped relegation towards the end, at the tail end of the season. And now, this season, he come up to a very good, imaginable movement for the team. Just a sad one. But the good news is he would be back very soon, and then against the big boys at top of the table owners, talking about Arsenal on February 3rd.
All right, away from that particular story, now moving to tennis, where two-time champion Naomi Osaka has withdrawn from this year's Australian Open just 8 days before the start of the tournament. Osaka, a winner in Melbourne in 2019 and 2021, has not played on the WTA Tour since September and has slipped to 42 in the world rankings. No reason was given for the 25-year-old Japanese player's withdrawal. Organizers have promoted Diana Yemestreska to take the main draw in her place. And seven-time Grand Slam champion Venus Williams and Spain's world #1 Carlos Alcaraz, 19 years, have already withdrawn from the tournament, which begins on 16 January in Melbourne.
A sad one for this young lad, starting from Osaka to Alcaraz and then Venus Williams, 42. You might say she has done it all. She has seen it all. But for Osaka, we know how she has been battling. I think last year she also made mention of the fact that mental health issues and all of that. But it's a sad one. She would not be in this year's. I look forward to the fact that I was tipping Osaka to be the new Serena Williams. She had a lot of firepower. She gave Serena Williams a run for her money on different occasions, winning 2 Grand Slam. But it's a sad one for tennis. Tennis this year, knowing fully well that the first Grand Slam, most of the big guns would not be there.
All right, then, still talking about tennis, let's let you know that Novak Djokovic has seized a match point as he beat Sebastian Korda to win at the Adelaide International and extend his winning run in Australia to 34 matches. The Serb dropped his first set of the tournament but fought back to win 6-7, 7-6, 6-4. The world #5 has won 92 career ATP singles titles, level with Rafael Nadal. Only Jimmy Connors, Roger Federer and Ivan Lendl have won more. The Adelaide International is Djokovic's first tournament in Australia since he was deported in 2022 because of his COVID-19 vaccine status, but his visa ban has now been overturned. Djokovic will look to extend his record number of wins at the Australian Open, which starts on 16 January. He is targeting his 10th title, which would also equal Nadal's main record of 22 Grand Slam titles. Elsewhere, Aria Sabalenka won her 11th career singles title, beating 18-year-old qualifier Linda Noskova 6-3, 7-6, 6-4 in the women's final.
Welcome back. That is just what I want to say. Welcome back, Novak Djokovic, and then he would come up with a lot of antics and definitely make you. No big guns are there in the Australian Open this year, and I think he can be able to do even more. And now let's switch things away from tennis now to football. Talking about the FA Cup, where yesterday we saw Manchester City without their first team players defeating Chelsea by 4-0 with Riyad Mahrez getting a brace, one from a free kick and also getting from the sports kicker, talking about in the 18-yard area. And then we saw Phil Foden as well as Julian Alvarez getting also on the score sheet. A lot have been said. Some are calling for the sack of the manager Graham Potter and probably the return of the former boss Gaffer, talking about Thomas Tuchel. Now, what do you make of the game yesterday?
Well, it was a good day for Riyad Mahrez, especially who was able to get a brace for himself and for Manchester City. His second goal was through a penalty from just 5 minutes from the time. And of course, it was City's second win over the club in the space of 4 days and has increased the frustration for their manager, Graham Potter.
And also, do you see him being in the club in the coming days?
No, not for long with this kind of performance.
All right, not for long, says Aina Luben. But let's also bring to notice that Unai Emery's side, Aston Villa, lost to League Two side Stevenage by 2-1. 2 late goals from that League Two side to actually hand them a defeat. Talking about Aston Villa as they were knocked out of the FA Cup. Not forgetting Manchester City, on the other hand, would either face Oxford United or Arsenal. But now let's talk about actions from France, where we see Kylian Mbappe has come out in the defense of Zena, the FF president, talking about the French Football Federation president, Noel should not disrespect their legend. What do you make of this Kylian Mbappe coming in defense of Zinedine Zidane?
Well, I think the two have a bond because Kylian Mbappe has been a long-time admirer of France, a legend that is Zinedine Zidane. And for someone to come and make those kind of comments, I think it just shows you how important, how powerful Zinedine Zidane is. This is a man that has been respected for a very long time, and I think he's having some altercation with the French football president, that is Le Grudge, and of course those two would really have to take some time out to understand each other.
All right, we just hope the relationship can be bonded, can come to mutual respect for themselves. But before we go, let's also bring to your notice that yesterday Barcelona defeated Atletico Madrid at the Wanda Metropolitano 1-0, courtesy of a goal from Dembele to extend their lead. 3 points clear from Real Madrid, who lost to Villarreal on Saturday by 2-1.
All right, then, that's the size of our package this morning. Thank you for being a part of the show. Until we come your way with more subsequent performances or delivery, I am Ainan Luben.
And I am Daniel Obasi.
Thank you for watching.